So we're in the middle of winter, and I did a soil test back about 2 months ago before I did a nitrogen shock and an iron shock and things like that. Now, you're not going to see any of that until spring comes, but here's another thing. If you don't get a soil analysis on your yard, you're really shooting in the dark. And I've had a ton of people ask me about my yard and ask me how I get my yard to be as good as it is. Now, right now it's at the worst. I went through it and tore a bunch of it up because I had a bunch of Bermuda breaking in, which is all those brown spots. And I ran a pine rake through it and broke all of the roots up and things like that. But if you're trying to get your yard to look the best possible, you really need to get a yard analysis. And that's going to tell you the values that are in your yard. And so I'm going to show you on here some of those things and what you're looking for. Now, this is not a super great analysis report, but I can see, one of the main things that I can see is my soil pH is 5.4. So for your yard to be super lush, thick, take all the nutrients in, you need about 5.8 to 6.5 or 6.6 on the pH scale. So mine is at the very bottom. I would not want below 5.6 or 5.5 minimum for my yard to look really good. Now, this test, like I said, was taken before I nitrogen shocked it, before I did anything to it over the last 2 months. Since then, I have put nitrogen on it and things like that. But that does not matter if your pH is too acidic. Reason being because it will not take the nutrients in. So I could literally put all the nitrogen I wanted, all the iron, whatever I wanted to on this yard, and it is not going to help it 1 ounce. It's only going to hurt it because the pH is not balanced for proper nutrition. Now, to get your pH up to a to a good level, if you're at 5.4 to bring it up, you need to add lime to your yard. Now, this is the next thing a lot of people don't really understand. So you can go to southern states, you can go to any big place where you can get bulk pelletized lime. But I'm going to tell you, if you go to, like, we have several local places that we can get lime in bulk. Now, you can normally get it a hairline cheaper than most places that you're going to go to, like Lowe's, Tractor Supply, things like that. Like, you can go and get a like a gravity wagon that you can pull behind your truck that will spread it. But usually you've got to buy 6 to 8 ton to get that pricing. Now, here's the thing I would tell you, and I'll tell you this at the very end of this, how to get your lime at a good rate and get it in a bag. The reason you want it in a bag is because your bagged lime is a much, much better lime. The nutritional value of this, like the uptake that your yard can take out of this lime, is 100 times better than the stuff that you are getting at your, southern states or things like that. And I'm going to prove that, at least for my area. So I live in Campbellsville, Kentucky, and we have several places that you can get lime, and I'm going to show you which ones those are. So when you get these analysis like this, and the way that you're going to do this is just go to your conservation local store and take them a plug. They'll send it off. They sent this one to UK and gave me this test back. So when I look at these results, I can see what's going on in my yard, and you can see that the nitrogen level shows nothing in there hardly because it's not taking it up right now. Now, if we go down here, this is going to tell us where we can get lime locally, and they test their lime for them. So they know the value of that lime, so you know what you're getting. So if you go to the recommended soil pH recommendation, So it's telling me the amount of lime that I need to apply, and it's showing me the value. So if we look here, and this is the thing, this would be like at Burton Stone, Haydon. These are all local companies that will bring you tons and tons of lime in bulk. But the problem with it is, if you look at the RNV value, the highest one is from Burton Stone. And these are third-party tested. This is not like they're just, you're just getting bulk lime that is pretty junky, in my opinion. I'm going to show you why, and why it's better to get it bagged from somewhere that it's almost 100% pure lime. Now, if you look at this, you've got Burton Stone, things like that. Now, that's not going to matter if you don't live in this area. But what I'm saying is, if you get these tests, let's say you go and you get a yard sample and you send it in, they're going to send you this back, and they're going to show you all the local lime companies and their percentage of RNV value. Now, the RNV value, I'll post exactly what it is, but basically, it's the value of the lime. So if you've got a 62%, which is the best one here, if you look here from Burton Stone, it's going to be 62% of lime uptake when you apply that. So if you buy 100 pound, 62 pound of it is what you're going to get for the value. So back to this. Now, if you go, this is from Lowe's. The reason I got this from Lowe's is because it is, I'm going to show you right here on the value. So if we flip this over, just hold on a second. All right, so I flipped this over, and you can see your guaranteed analysis here. You can go down through here and look at this. So now, if you look at this relative neutralizing value, how much it's going to neutralize your yard, 92%. So this bag here, out of 100 pound, 92 pound of it is going to work. So you're getting a way better value per pound, per effort, per cost. Now, when I got this, I'll tell you a little hack. Lowe's, Home Depot, your main box stores will all match each other. Now, you can get this from Home Depot for about $4.90 if you buy a pallet at a time. So if you buy a pallet of lime, you can get a bag of it, which is 40 pounds, for about $4.90. If you get a whole pallet of it, it's like $300 and some dollars, which is about 2,900 pounds with the pallet and the wrapping and all the stuff. So you're going to get over a ton for $300 and some dollars. That means that you can apply this here on your yard and raise the value way quicker than you can if you go and get it in bulk. So like I was saying, if you don't get an analysis and then you buy cheap, lime, you're going to have to buy way more of it to get the same result. So it would take, you could take 1 ton of this and get almost the same result as you're going to get for 1.5 tons of buying it from a bulk place. So just keep that in mind. I hope that helps a lot of you and kind of gives you an idea. But it's really one of those things a lot of people don't pay attention to. And this is going to be way more effective buying it like this than it is buying it the other way.